Hey beauties, welcome back to VLB Halloween. Today I'm going to show you guys how to get this colorful sugar skull makeup look. I was really inspired by the movie The Book of Life for this look, something really cute, bold face paint for this one, and if you are loving it, give this vid a big thumbs up, subscribe for more. Now let's jump right into the look. So I'm going to start this look out by priming my skin as usual, and you want to go ahead and prime your face and also your body. And for brows, I'm going to be blocking them out because we're going to be doing some fun little sugar skull eyes, and I'll be painting majority of my face, so I want to make sure those are covered up. I'm going to go over my whole face with a white cream paint so I can get that white pale base going that you see in most sugar skull looks, and I'm just blending this all over the face to get it really opaque. We're going to start with the eyes first, and I'm using a black water activated paint from Mayron, and I'm going to be drawing these circles around my eyes, and I did extend them more towards the top so I got more of a character feel for this look. I'm going to go over with black eyeliner all over the lids so I can black out those eyes and then seal it in with a black eyeshadow just to make sure nothing creases or moves around. So now we're going to start drawing these flower petals around the eyes, and I'm just using a black water activated paint for this. I wanted these to be a main focus for the look, and I thought they were really cute, so I did make these petals pretty big, so I'm going to be shading around them next. So you want to go all around the eye with these petals. Then you're going to grab a purple shadow and place it in the center of each petal on one of the eyes. You don't have to do it on both because we're going to be switching up the colors. And I'm going to be going back in with a fluffier brush to blend outwards so you get a nice 3D effect there. I did use purple, blue, green, all different colors for this because I wanted it to be super colorful and bold and really just poppin'. So here I'm popping in that yellow, I'm popping in some pink in between each petal, and then orange. And now I'm going to be going in with a black eyeshadow, and I'm going to be shading the very inner part of each petal. And this is what's really going to make it look really 3D, so you want to make sure you're getting really deep in those petals and packing in that black. It gives a nice effect to this look. So here we're going to start drawing the design for the look. I free-handed this, I wasn't really sure what I was going for, I just kind of had fun with it and created a few designs on the forehead using black water activated paint. So as you can see, I created this kind of bridge looking thing with some swirls on it, and I swirled these up into the forehead. And you want to take your time and look back and forth so you make sure everything's pretty proportionate. And then I sort of winged it out a little bit here and there, adding a few more swirls in where I saw fit. I'm also going to be swirling back into the temples to create some design there. And as you can see, I added many designs going up into the forehead and then shading them with those same colors I used around the eyes. So I did use purple first, and I did go back in with some black to add some dimension to the look. You want to add a hot pink shadow into the swirls, and then also underneath that little bridge that we created around the eyes. I'm going to be using a neon paint from Tag, and I'm just going to be highlighting all around the forehead, and then I'm going to be creating this cross in the center of my forehead just using a black water activated paint. And to highlight around it, I wanted it to look like there was rays of light shooting from behind. I used a hot pink body paint from Tag and went in the center of those lines with a neon blue. And then you can go back in with your black and white just to add some more dimension. Here we're going to be doing the sugar skull nose. I just created some little bridges at the tip of the nose and then filled in the center using a black water activated paint. You want to make sure that no skin is showing on the nose. I'm going to be creating the teeth now, and I'm just going in with a white water activated paint. And they don't have to be perfect, they can actually be pretty round and square wherever you see, and we're going to go back in and shade those later. You want to draw them in on either side of the mouth and make sure you have equal numbered teeth on each side. And now I'm just going to go over my lips with the white water activated paint just to really pale them out. And then I'm going to draw in some teeth on the lips now using a black eyeshadow. And we're going to take that black eyeshadow and start to shade the rest of the teeth. You can see here I'm kind of going down and up in a triangular shape first. I wanted them to be pretty rigid, so I did go in and drag this shade up and then also down on those lower teeth. And you can see here they look pretty pointy, but we're going to go back in and shade them out a little bit more. So here I'm using a gray eyeshadow to go in between each tooth, and this is going to give more dimension to the teeth. And you can go in with the gray shadow and really sharpen up those outer teeth, and these are going to make them look more round if you hit them with a little bit of that gray shadow over them. And now I'm just going back in with a little bit of black eyeshadow and just defining each side of the teeth. And then also those lower teeth, so they just look like they're sitting a bit lower and they're coming off of the bone. And now I'm just adding in a few highlights here and there with some of the white water activated paint and then smudging it up using the gray shadow. You can highlight different teeth with the white just to make them look like they're popping out a little bit more. And now I'm just going to go over those teeth with some more white water activated paint. And here we're going to start shading the face. I went around the eyes with that black eyeshadow first. I wanted to connect the cheekbone area to the mouth. This will kind of give it a more creepy skull effect. And then I went underneath it with hot pink shadow to shade it out. I wanted this to be really colorful, so I did use all different colors throughout the face. And I'm really bringing that shadow down onto the jaw as well. I went all around the face with this hot pink. And now we're going to start creating these swirls by the mouth. So I just created this design by swirling up and then going down with that black water activated paint. You can see here I'm just creating the same design on each side of the face. The cool thing about sugar skulls is you can have fun with them and do whatever design that you like. And here I'm just adding some indentions into the cheek and then swirling all around. A lot of sugar skulls have swirls and different designs just kind of all over the place, so you can play around and have fun with it. This was actually my first skull look that I have ever done, so it was really cool to kind of experiment and play around with different designs. And we're going to add some designs on the chin, some more swirls, and I'm connecting those two swirls together just with another line. You want to make sure you're using a lot less water when you're creating these designs so that they're very opaque and black. You want to go underneath the designs with whatever color you want to use, and here you can see I'm using a blue, and this is a really bright neon blue, and I'm just shading just proportions of the skull with it. And you want to shade underneath each design so it looks kind of like it's hanging onto the skin, and there's a bit of shadow there. I did go in with some pink around the nose, so that that nose really stands out and doesn't blend into the white face paint. And here I'm going to go back in with some green. And you can kind of shade as you go with the black shadow and go back in with the neon yellow tag paint and highlight each individual design just so that something has a little bit of pop going on there. Kind of brings everything forward, and we're going to start painting the body now. I'm using the white cream paint to do this so I can cover my whole chest with it to match the base of my face. And I'm going to be haloing out the body with that hot pink eyeshadow, just going all around from underneath the neck and just around the arms. You can bring this onto the collarbones, and then you're going to want to go over that with a yellow eyeshadow. And I didn't want to draw out a skeleton body, but I wanted to kind of give the illusion of it, so all I did was draw some lines on either side of my chest using that yellow eyeshadow. And you can see it kind of gives the feel of it, even though we didn't really draw it out. And I did go back in with that yellow eyeshadow and just added it a little bit to the nose so it was more cohesive with the body and everything kind of went together. We didn't have much yellow going on the face. So I'm going to apply some mascara now and then some feather lashes that I usually love to wear. A lot of my looks. I thought they went great with this one, so I'm just popping those on. And now I'm going to be using glitter, of course, and I'm going to add this to the skeleton body just on the bone area that I created with that yellow eyeshadow, so everything really glistens and shines. And I'm also going to add some to the teeth. I felt like this look was really missing that glam aspect. I wanted to add a more pretty feel to it and make it more glamorous by just adding the glitter to the teeth, which I really liked. I'm just using a small brush to apply it to each individual tooth. And you can also go back in with this glitter and apply it to the inner corners of the eyes and also just around the skull on the high points of the face. It just gives a nice pop of shine there. And I popped on my wig. You guys might remember this wig from my cyberpunk video. I'm so obsessed with this hair. I think this is probably one of my favorite wigs ever. And then I popped on my sugar skull crown. I thought they said Spirit Halloween, and I just wanted to pin it back so it didn't move around. I pinned it right into the wig and then popped on some skeleton gloves, and the look was complete. I hope you guys love this sugar skull look. If you did love this video, be sure you like it, subscribe for more. Thank you all for tuning in to VLB Halloween, and I will see you in my next tutorial.